Hi, it's me, Annalisa, with my spiritual friend. Some of you are here already. Hi, Kansas girl. And my subscribers are growing. I broke a 400, so I'm at I think 408 or something like that. So that's awesome. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, guys. I'm just going to keep doing this and sharing whatever I get. So we'll see where it goes. Oh, I'd love to do a private reading for you, Kansas girl. Hi, EQ. Hi, Positive Vibes Only. So I just wanted to share something really quick. Like and subscribe and click the bell and all of that stuff and share the word, whatever. So the Epstein stuff I wanted to talk about because I get asked about that by friends. Let me start with the whole spiel of I am not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a therapist. I am not a financial advisor. If you need those, please seek those. All readings and divinations are for the purposes of entertainment only. Liberty, you just have to ask a question. But I want to, before I start asking questions, so don't start piling on so quickly, I wanted to talk about Epstein really quick. Okay, so he's in spirit. So there's been like all these weird, crazy things going around about who did it and if he's really dead, and maybe it's like just he's faking it, whatever. He is in spirit. And the way I felt when he came to me, and he has a lot of work to do over there, was that the reason why he wanted to be able to stay in his mansion was not because he didn't want to have to deal with jail, was because he knew his days would be numbered, or that he would that it was like not a good thing going into jail. He not only had information on people as far as their proclivities for young girls and being rapists and child molesters and trafficking and all of that. But he has a lot of financial information about financial dealings, about hiding money, even connections to darker things. It felt sort of like, I don't know if it's like trafficking weapons or something like that. Like it felt more like with war type things. But he had a lot of secrets on a lot of people, and a lot of people bigger and badder, than everybody wants to blame the Clintons and Trump, and everybody's stop piling on. It's going to take me forever to find you guys. Hold on, just slow down. So he's got a lot of secrets, and so and his information. So it was sort of like, the feeling I got was that it was inevitable. And I really don't feel like he did this himself. I do feel like there's too many things around it. Even when I read about it, there's just too many things on it that it just seems a bit too sketch. So I don't know that all of that will come out about who he knows and everything else, but it's definitely, when everybody's saying, oh, it's the Clintons and it's Trump, blah, blah, blah. It's actually neither of those are connected to his passing. So that's what I'm going to leave there. All right, let's see where we're at, everybody. Hi, Rochelle. Okay. Rochelle, I feel like it's going to be October for buying and moving in the house. So I don't know if it's just that may not be like when you make the offer, but I feel like that's when you're signing the papers and moving in. So it feels pretty soon. Maybe into November, but it's like right there. Hi, Breezy Living. Positive Vibes Only. Will I get the job at Central Georgia Heart Institute? A friend does associate. So what to expect at workplace? I'm Aries. I don't really care what anybody's sign is, to be honest with you, because there's so many different things. So when I ask people if their sign, because then it could be their rising or their moon sign or all of that stuff. So you don't have to tell me what your signs are. I do think you'll get it. I'm hearing something about 6 weeks. So I don't know if it's that you have to wait for an orientation to come up or something like that. It doesn't feel bad, but it feels like anywhere else. Like I've worked in a lot of hospitals. So it feels like anywhere else where there's there's the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I feel like if you just do your job and go to do your work and you're polite and cordial to people, you'll be fine. Just try not to get caught up in any of the dramas of the workplace. Okay, EQ Thunderbird, you're very welcome, and thank you. Hi, Heidi. G wants to know, you want to know your past life? Oh, Lord. So here's why unless you like sort of have done a little bit of past life work, meaning your own connections to it, it doesn't really mean much because you have to have something that like sort of validates it for you. Can I sit with that and we'll see what comes in later? That's why I just want to, like, sometimes I do that for people. Just let me sit with it. Eyes like stars. Oh, how interesting. Somebody just asked about a past life and so there are some, you asked about if there's blockages for you getting pregnant. So they are, then that's actually related to a past life. So it feels like a loss of a child in several past lives, because what they're showing is what happened with me was something similar, where it took me a little while to get pregnant with my first daughter, and there was nothing wrong with me physically, but I even had visions of stuff in my own meditations. And then I talked to somebody who I know is an energy worker, and he was like, oh, and he said exactly the things that I saw in my own vision. So it was really kind of a confirmation for me. So what they're telling me to do is say like the mantra or like a prayer where you sort of forgive yourself and release. It's like, I forgive myself in all directions of time and space and all planes of existence and all lifetimes, past, present, and future. I release the guilt I have from the loss of children in the past and in my other lifetimes where I was a selfish parent, because that's sort of what's coming to me, is that feeling of being a selfish parent. And also the fear in this lifetime of what type of parent I'll be. I do feel a lot of a fear connected to your own childhood and worrying if some of the things that, like the way your mom did things, will come forward. I don't know if you can validate like mom. I feel like mom's kind of was, I don't know if malignant narcissist is the word, but it's like always feeling like I'm not quite doing it right, no matter what. So if you can just release that you're not going to be that parent, that you don't have to have the same story as hers, that might be helpful. I don't know if you can validate that. And God help me, please don't retract things so that I can actually go back and once I finally see your validation, I can find it. Hi, Albert. Oh, somehow I missed you. Okay, hang on. Thank you. Albert, can you give me her first name, please? Since it's kind of coming through, it might help just if I have your mom's first name. I didn't mean to skip you. I apologize about that. Gee, I'll keep on. I'm going to hold on to you. Hi, Patricia. Nicole, I feel like no for Joseph. I just feel like a short term, but a good lesson. So it just feels short term, good lesson. Thank you for supporting me, Heidi. Hi, Eyes Like Stars. Okay. Oh, you see how I forget things in my own little psychic, whatever mode. Okay. So Eyes Like Stars, did you validate? You said thank you. Oh, yes, she was. Okay, good. So that's what I feel like it is. It's sort of like letting go of that fear. And there's like something that they do. I can't remember the type of energy healing it is, where you say like the positive and negative. So it's like, it's okay to be pregnant. It's okay not to be pregnant. It's okay to be a mother. It's okay not to be a mother. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay not to be afraid. It sort of like balances the energy. Like do little things like that. That will help. I can't remember the name of that. I'll have to look it up and tell you guys later. Okay. Bouncing back up. Hi, Sandy. Your daughter's having a baby. Is it a boy or a girl? You need to start sewing. I'm leaning towards boy, but I'm seeing purple. So if it's a boy, it feels like, yeah, I'm leaning towards boy. But so if it's a boy, it feels like it'll be very soft nature, not like I have a very sweet, empathetic side. Because sometimes I'll see purple below it. So it's like a lavendery purpley blue, but blue is standing out. So I'm going with blue. I'm going with boy. And I know that's so, like, if anybody doesn't like the gender conforming type colors and stuff, it's just symbols for me to help me figure it out. So it's not to say anything other than that. Liberty, how does Michael think and feel about the heart emoji that I sent to him? I don't need to know signs. It doesn't feel bad. It just feels kind of like, okay. I think so. It's the feeling of like, even though he's Cancer, he doesn't read into things as much as maybe. And I know this is stereotypical, but it's the feeling of, and I don't mean it that way, so nobody get too angry with me, but it's like the feeling of, like, you know how, like, they always say, like, oh, guys don't really like, but he's like fits that, like, mold, you know, the stereotypical whatever of, like, he's not reading too much into it. So he's, you know, it's like, it's sweet, it's cute, but it's not like he's, you know, oh my God. Hi, Angel Eyes. SMJ. Will Vic eventually, are you asking marriage or boyfriend? Because I see so in my head, I automatically go to marriage as commitment, or what did we learn the other weeks? That I learned that my vocabulary is on a different wavelength. I think it was making it official is apparently not. Like, I'm thinking official, not. So just tell me if you mean, I'm thinking you mean boyfriend, because I don't feel marriage. He will. But I definitely don't feel this is a long going the distance relationship. He feels, you know, kind of like, I keep seeing this like big smile. I don't know if he's a real smiley guy, but that's kind of, you can validate that. Angel Eyes, I do feel like you'll get pregnant in 2 or 3 cycles. Good morning in Australia, Nicole. So it's interesting that you said you're feeling stuck right now. And there's like 5 planets in retrograde. I don't know a lot about astrology, but I was sort of reading about it this morning because I'm sort of fascinated about what I pick up energetically and then like what they say is going on with the planets. And I think it's Saturn is about karma. So you're going to see a lot of people getting good and bad, their karmic retribution. So if you've like been putting out positive, loving, good, you know, stuff, that's coming back to you now. And, but there was one other planet and it said something about that feeling of being stuck. And that's sort of, and it might have been one that just went out of retrograde. I can't remember because there's so many of them, but there's a website that talks about which planets are in retrograde. And then then I just Googled like what it means for these planets to be in retrograde. So, it's sort of like, it's not that you're stuck. It's things are bubbling to the surface, and I feel like I see things shifting around. I don't know if you're thinking of being in like a call center or something like that. Cause I'm sort of seeing like being like a call center, like customer service type thing, but it feels very temporary because it feels like that stepping stone. Like I'm doing this and then I decide to go back to school because I feel like it's either like a certification or something, not like long term, but something to get you to a point where then you have more so you can do more. So I don't know if it's like then you stay with the same company and then parlay it moving up into it like a different area so that you're more qualified to have like this higher level, whatever. I don't know if that makes any sense but that's what it's like feeling. EQ Thunderbird, do you see me leaving my part-time job with the medical trust soon? I just heard yes. And it feels like 3 months time because something new comes along. But you're learning something valuable there. And I don't know what it is, but it's something that will like help you. It's not just like, oh, you're actually getting something from that. So that's actually a really important place for you to be right now. Hi, happy vibes. There's all these vibes all over the place. Will I be in a relationship in the next few months? I heard give it 6 months. And I said, in the meantime, work on you. It feels like doing, I don't know if you like to drink wine because I can taste wine. It almost feels like I know it sounds silly, but like dating yourself feels like the need of like going out and let's just like finding joy in things like by yourself, because I feel like that it's going to shift your energy and kind of bring a lot to your next relationship of being really comfortable with yourself. It's almost that feeling of like, I'm not really that comfortable being alone. Like if I were you, I say I a lot because I'm sort of sitting in your energy. Like eating dinner, right? So if you're like eating dinner, you wouldn't be able to go out to a restaurant and eat by yourself without like at least looking at your phone or whatever. Like it's it's uncomfortable for a lot of people. I sort of enjoy it. I look around at people and they seem like they're, not that I get to eat out alone a lot, but the few times I do. Hi, Rochelle. Okay. Also, by chance, can you tell me when I dreamt the black stone ring in the air? Huh? Well, why you dreamt? Sorry, I read it wrong. Why I dreamt of the black stone ring in the air with my left hand. So what I'm getting symbolically, like black stones, like smoky quartz, they help absorb anything negative, heavy. Actually feels very protective. So your left hand are the things that are coming in. That's where, well, they say, we just create tools and ways of speaking, and really sort of everybody's experience can be tailored to their own thing. But things I've read are people say the energy comes in through the left and exits through the right. I think I'm saying that right. But it's the feeling of whatever's coming into you, whatever might be negative or whatever, you're protected against it. So you need to not worry about that. So I don't know if you've been asking for confirmation of that, but that's sort of the feeling I get. Okay. How does that keep bouncing around? This is so weird. Albert, hang on. Just, I asked you about your mom's name, I think. So let me see if I can find you somewhere. Shoot. I'll have to come upon it when I find you, I guess, because I can't find it. And there's a lot of stuff here. Brett L. Hi, Annalisa. When and where should I be looking for a new puppy or dog I miss? Oh, Brett. I actually keep seeing going to a rescue, like I don't know if they have like ASPCAs but it feels like it should be a rescue dog, not a purebred. So it feels like going to a shelter, or even like if you do a purebred, they have the ones that are where it's like they have to be rehomed or whatever. Like they're not, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what they call them, but it feels like that, like it should be a rescue dog. And I know it's easy to say, right? Because like anybody could say that. I don't have to be psychic to say that, but that's the feeling I get pulled in to. And I actually think there might be two dogs that come up, because I do feel a larger breed that might be like a poodle mix, because I see like the poodle face, but I don't feel like it's a standard poodle body. And then I keep seeing like a smaller dog that it might be Daisy that I'm seeing. So I feel like it might be a larger breed. I feel like Daisy's going to let you know which dog is the best dog. Like you'll just really be pulled. And she's okay with this. So you should know that. Did you find like one of her chew toys or something? Because I'm feeling like I keep getting like pulled to like a little chew toy, or if there's something you're holding on to that would have been something she like, and then like, I don't know if she had like a little something that she would like snuggle with, like a little blanket or like a little stuffed animal or something, because it just feels like something very comforting and warm. I don't know if that makes any sense, Britt. You're welcome, positive vibes. Yes, September. Feels like, I think I said 6 weeks, right? See, this is where yeah. I felt like something like was 6 weeks. So I don't know if you might hear before the 6 weeks, but it might be the start date is in 6 weeks, because that's when they have the training period. I'm not really sure, because that's sometimes how hospitals are. Okay, Rosewater, will I find a relationship on the dating app I'm on right now? I feel like no. I feel like it's going to be a little disconcerting, but I feel like you're going to switch to another one. But I actually feel like you're going to meet somebody not through a dating app, but maybe like if you find a group, you do something through like meetup.com where you find like an interest of yours. Because it feels like I'm meeting somehow through the internet, but it's not per se like that way. Because it feels like a group, like I meet in a group type setting. So check out meetup.com. So Patricia, when you say going to a new job at work, do you mean just transferring to a new position? I just want to make sure I'm getting that clearly. Hello, Ellen. You're welcome. Don't forget to like me and subscribe and ring the bell and all of that. I got so disheartened. It seemed like last week, by the way, a whole bunch of people subscribed right before the show, and then a whole bunch of people unsubscribed right after it. And I thought, oh, but new people subscribed this week. So thank you. And thank you for whoever hangs out here with me and entertains this goofiness. Hi, Meg. You're still debating California. Do I go to this wedding in California, or do I stay in Milwaukee and celebrate my friends? I told you that. I think that you should be going to California. And I actually feel like within the week, you'll know. When 1 week you'll get that like, okay, yeah, I should do this. But I saw you going to Florida. That's what I saw. So I'm sticking with it. I'm not changing my mind on that. Hi, Diamond. That's a heavy one. That's kind of one of those ones I'd rather do in a private reading, if that's okay. Because I just feel like there's so many other energies around that I don't feel solid on it. And so I don't want to answer. And I'm being really honest on that, because I don't want to, and it's not to say come to, but it's sort of, that's like one of those really heavy ones that I like don't feel comfortable answering. And I hope you understand that. and I apologize for that. I will say this, that I do feel like he needs to grow up a little bit, and he has a lot of maturing to do, because I do feel pretty selfish in many ways, and like emotionally hard to stretch and be empathetic towards you. I don't know if you can validate that. KK, what do I see in your career life? I actually see you moving towards, immediately the first thing I saw was you in like a physical therapy office or a chiropractic office, something like that, where it's rehabilitation of some sort. So I don't know if you're working at the desk or if you're assisting or if you're actually going into physical therapy, but it felt like something in that area. I don't know if you can validate any of that. You're very welcome, Rochelle. Hi, Patricia. Eyes like stars. Okay. Heidi, let me see if he steps in later, because I don't feel him very strong right now. So I promise I'll hold it. And G, I'm still working on the past life thing. I haven't forgotten. You don't have to ask if you can have a reading. Just throw your question in. I think I got you, Liberty, didn't I? Well, I can be wrong, KK. It doesn't have to be. It was just what I saw immediately kind of came to me, was seeing you like in something, an office type setting like that. So it might be that maybe you're working as, their coordinator or the manager or something like that. I don't know, but it just felt like that's where I was at. And again, I can be wrong. Thank you, Ellen. Okay, yes, I sleep with her. Oh, her lamb toy. Okay. Aw. I actually feel you going to a shelter, Britt. And I feel like you're going to be led to this dog. That's why I feel like it's going there. Diamond, I know that you asked that, but I don't. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Okay. So yeah, I just don't feel like answering the cheating question, because I don't feel strong enough. The energy is different on YouTube than it is like on a personal reading. I'm not totally connected in, and I don't feel like fully, I don't feel solid enough to give an answer like that, because that's a pretty big question. Okay, I'm going to go back up and try and figure out where the heck I was at. I left off. Tammy, I heard no complications. So I heard it'll go well. I actually feel like it'll be quick in and out. This is the feeling I got. Wait, hang on. Okay, hang on. No, I lost my place. Sorry, guys. Hi, Diane, Albert, Srijaya. I feel like she's going to be some kind of like, oh man, where am I? I see her in a break room, and it feels like I'm either like an assistant, or again, I keep getting pulled towards, like, I don't know why I'm getting more pulled towards the medical stuff. So I don't know if it's like, I don't know if any of that makes sense. It's just, I keep seeing her in a break room. So it's the way I feel is like, because I'm not really getting, I just feel like it's a familiar job to me. So it would be like a familiar setting, places and things I've worked before. And it feels like being the, like, more of an administrative type job, like, or like either an administrative assistant or something like that. So not a direct helping type customer service, because I've done customer service, I've done like, customer service in retail, and I've been a nurse. But so it feels like I'm helping people, but I'm not like a healer per se. I don't know if that rings a bell at all, Albert. Hi, Malala Pale. Okay. Okay, breezy living. Can you just kind of point me in an area you want to look at? And so if you want, oh, never mind. They're asking you to be more self-motivated. So it's sort of like you keep asking about all different things, career, love life, and all of that. And they're like, it's like you're waiting for everything to just fall in your lap. And the thing about the law of attraction and putting things into motion is that you actually sort of do have to take some steps towards the action of having things come into your life. So it's not just the positive thoughts. It's like actually having to make moves. So they're saying be more self-motivated to kind of get out there and put yourself out there, because they're going to do what they can to bring things into your life, but you also have to like put effort towards it, and don't self-sabotage. You have a habit of self-sabotaging, is what I'm told. Can you validate any of that? Alan, you're looking for work and just revised your resume. Will this new resume result in a job offer? Yes, but I feel like the feeling I get is that you don't talk up yourself enough. It's almost like you're afraid to sell yourself, and you're a product, right? You're the product that you need to sell yourself. So it feels like just get really comfortable with being proud of who you are and your experience, and try not to give the half empty full, like give half the glass is half empty. If nobody's perfect or 100%, but take more pride in your own experience. I don't know if that makes any sense. Kansas, scroll back to Epstein for a second. Do I think that he had Saudi Trump connections? I do. I think he has a lot of connections. So I also think he had a lot of, so here's the thing. I think the feeling I get about Epstein is that he has connections with, like, literally was the feeling of knowing everybody's stuff. Like there's, and he thought he was safe because of it. Like he thought because he knew enough about enough people. And I feel like that's sort of also why he got that sweet deal in Florida. What did they call it? The sweetheart deal or whatever. So the feeling is that he kind of like, I mean, he knew, it's like, I keep getting drawn to South America too. So I don't know if it's like warlords or whatever, but it's like, I mean, he had information on everybody. It wasn't, he thought it was going to keep him safe, and it didn't, clearly. And Khashoggi, I don't think his story was on this. So I think he was, it was stuff with the Saudis, but it wasn't Trump. This is going to sound really terrible. So I don't think that, like, many of these people, like you see, so I was reading this list, somebody posted a list about the Clintons and how many people they've killed. And I'm reading through, I'm like, yeah, nobody really cares if somebody cheated on somebody, or if they were visiting prostitutes, or like that to them is like, and I'm not saying I condone it, but it's the energy I feel around it. It's just kind of like, whatever, no big deal. It's always the money dealings, and also then like really dark things of like, it feels like war criminal type activities. It's not, to me, it does never feels like I feel like they would always find a way around excusing the prostitution and all of that. And it is bad what they did with human trafficking. And I feel like that's bad. But I feel like there's money, there's something underneath it with money. It's not just that. It's like way deeper and way darker. Heidi, I'm not forgetting you. And G, I haven't forgotten you either. It's funny, G, when I said that, I just saw you in like, and this is why I say like, it's not like, it's, you know, a very like average thing, but I see you in like Victorian type maid's costume or maid's uniform, like with a little hat over your hair. And you were like a maid in Victorian times. It's not exciting, but that's like what I saw. I don't know if maybe you relate to Victorian times or large old Victorian homes that you seem to like. Okay, so let's see. I'm just looking for validations right now. You're welcome, Kansas girl. You get mixed feelings from who? Robo. Hello, is my friend Jay. Oh, a sincere friend. Hang on, I'll get back to you. I'm going to go ahead, since I'm at 36 minutes. I'm going to end all the questions for now, and I'm going to go back and catch up on everybody. So no new questions, please. Okay. Sorry, I'm just... Oh, good. So yeah, just Ellen, just make sure you're selling yourself, because I feel like you're actually, when you write things down, you're really good at writing, and you're very clear in your communication, your written communication. So Elizabeth, you can ask a question since you wrote that. You just put in your question and I answer it. Nothing fancy. Sorry, I'm just looking for validations here. Oh, that makes perfect sense. You're welcome, Albert. Oh, good. I'm glad that makes sense. The other thing is like, I also felt like you're a very organized person, and it's like, that's something you carry from this lifetime too. Like you like things to be just so. It doesn't mean that you're not lived in, but it just feels like liking organization. You're very welcome, Rochelle. Okay. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to go back up. I always wonder if watching these back, if it's really boring, look at me like go with my squinty eyes trying to read and figure out where I was at. You're very welcome, Nicole. Thank you. Many blessings to you as well. All right. Okay, I'm not too far behind today, yeah? Empress Easy, did I give you one? Now I can't remember. Sorry, just to let me know if you're still here. Okay, Tammy, I answered yours. Nicole, I do see you moving closer to work. I I don't know if it's in an area, so it feels maybe half the distance. And I don't know if I keep seeing like new apartments being built around. So I don't know if it's an area where they're building a lot more apartments. And I actually feel like maybe October to November time. So I don't know if you're waiting for your lease to be done, but I actually feel like you'll get a deal where they'll give you like a month free or prorated or something like that. Because they're trying to get people to move in. Because I see them being built. I don't necessarily think they're built yet. LP, yes, I feel like it'll be a good school year for your son, but I feel like I'm having to focus more on studying. I don't know if he's ADD. Is he ADD and like has a hard time, like gets frustrated with, because I see like frustration. But I feel like it'll be a good school year, but it'll be a little more intensive study wise. SMJ will be Mary B my 2021. I hear yes by the end. So again, I can be wrong, but that's what I feel right now. Tati, what does your spirit want you to know? It's another Get Moving. And this one, I hear that song, that running and running, running and running. Let's get it started. That's always like, I always hear that when people like just need to get moving. They say don't worry about taking a misstep. That's sort of what hinders you. And it's like that fear of failure is what's slowing you down. I don't know. Are you thinking about going back to school or something? Because I'm seeing school desks. Can you validate that? You're welcome, Stella. So Stella asks if she should go back to school and start from scratch or just start working. And I get the feeling that you're just going to be working and that you will be doing, again, like more certifications and things, but that you're just going to start working first. It's not going back to school and starting over. And I do feel like you making a shift, but it feels like a lateral or like a lateral, but sort of a little bit up shift in what you're doing. Do you do marketing? I don't know if you can validate that. And Karen, hi, Laher. Karen's been waiting a long time for love. Anything soon for a reason why is this stuck for me? So it's that feeling of doubting energy, like doubting that it's possible, doubting that you'll meet somebody that's nice, doubting that somebody will appreciate you and love you. And it's also that feeling of like that, the feeling that you need to become more self-empowered and like more in love with you. So it's not, being in love with yourself doesn't mean you're arrogant or you're narcissistic or any of these other scary things. It just means that you like value who you are and you see the value in you. When you can see the value in you energetically, others can see that as well. And they'll hold you more near and dear. So that's sort of like what's holding it at bay. It's an energetic thing. It's not that it's not possible. And I still feel like a year out. A year to 18 months. It feels a little bit further out. You're welcome, Nicole. Sorry. We're not too late. Okay. Oh, Lahar, do I see grounded, stable love coming? I would say it's good to see you, but I can't see anybody, right? So, do you see grounded, stable love coming my way? Yeah, but I see 8 months. 8 months out. That girl, no. I don't see a couple weeks. And you don't see a couple weeks because you made those silly faces afterwards. I do see a couple dates, but like those are kind of duds. It's nothing. It's like a couple first dates. It's nothing amazing. Do you by chance have something wrong with your left knee, or is it bothering you? Because I find myself doing this weird thing. It feels a little way out again for the falling in love. Though I feel like you're the type of person that like sees the best in everybody. And so you get like these rose-colored glasses and it takes you a while to like come back to reality. Like you fall in love with love. Oh, you're so sweet. Happy vibes for retyping, for writing that. I'm glad my answer was on point. Thank you for loving my channel. Hi, Angel Eyes. Let's see. Will my ex-wife finally release her obsession for him? Will my what is TF? An obsession for whom? Just clarify that for me. SMJ for V. I just feel like he loves you. Like, I don't feel like it's like, it doesn't feel so complicated. It feels easy. I don't know if that makes any sense. Diamond, I'm not answering that question. Just so you know. Hey, Heidi, I might come back to you with Jeff. It might be something I do like kind of separate and just tune into him because I'm not feeling him. Oh, this is interesting. I got an interesting answer to this. Okay, so Nebraska, it says, when will I find a good guy? I feel like you do find good guys. It's just when will you be on the same energetic wavelength with them? Because I keep getting shown like the timing is just never right. And that there's lessons in there for you for growth. But it still feels like 6 months to a year out. And they're not giving me any more specific than that or what he'll look like. Hi, Marie Kathleen Joseph. You're very welcome, Rosewater. Oh, gosh, Stella. I don't know. Sorry. I get psychic brain, and then it just becomes like, you're welcome, Lahar. Kimchi, can you come back next week? Because I wrote a thing way up here. And I'm just trying to catch up on everything else so then I can. Okay. Sorry. I don't want to miss anybody. I'm trying to do... Oh boy. I missed a lot of people. Sorry, guys. I haven't worked in the media field. I graduated for more than 10 years. Not sure if... Oh, okay. Sorry. Yes, Stella. I think I did answer yours. Hang on. God, why does this... It feels like everything's bouncing around weird. Am I wrong about that? Oh, wait. I answered yours, Stella, I think. Thank you, Lahir. Stars and stripes forever. Will we move or stay in the place for another year? Stay in the place for another year, but then I feel like halfway through that, whatever the lease is or wherever you're at, it'll be when you start to make the move. Sorry, my crystal. I think is when you'll start looking for the next place. So I don't know if it's you're buying or whatever, but it just feels like it'll be like 6 months in. It just feels like for whatever reason, everything's not falling together, right? And that's why you have to stay for another year. No, Diamond Zodiac, I don't feel comfortable answering that question. I won't here. I'm sorry. It really is like one of those ones that I'm like, ethically, I will not. I don't feel connected enough to the energy. So, you're welcome, Stella. Okay, I did answer. Okay. When will who contact you, Laugh? Okay. Nabresha Archie, can I ask a question? Yes, you can. You don't have to ask if you can ask. Marie Kathleen, I don't see huge windfalls. I literally hear trickling in. Like, I feel like when I need it, it comes in. So what I need to get by, and money always sort of like, they said magically appears. But it doesn't feel like I'm getting a huge amount of money, but I feel like I'm just getting by. Like, so like paycheck to paycheck, that sort of thing. I do feel like I'm having to shuffle some things around, but that it'll all be okay. Okay, Sandy, what do I see for you in your marriage? So I don't feel like a lot of fighting, but I feel like a lot of distance. Quiet. Almost like two ships passing in the night. And the feeling is as that, like, but it feels like this is like one of those, like, relationships kind of go like this, especially marriages, right? And it just feels like I'm in the valley right now. And I feel like in like 3 months, it'll start to kind of get a little better. I don't know if your husband has gray hair and glasses, but I just feel like a very pensive, very thoughtful, and like sort of more internalizing things. I feel like he likes when you ask him open-ended questions. Like, he likes when you ask him about the way his mind works, and not like, tell me what's going on in your mind, but like, like when you were dating, that curiosity and being in awe and that kind of thing. Really being interested in who he is. I don't see divorce, if that's what you're asking. I don't see that. I don't know if you can validate any of that. You're welcome, KK. Beyond Moon and Stars, I really feel like the lost feeling is really does. I know this is going to sound like to everybody, but planetary. There's a lot going on. Just you do some research on. There's like what planets are in retrograde right now, and then do like look at what they're about. But there is one that talks about feeling like things are kind of stagnant and just not happening or working, and I can't remember which one it is. And it's just that feeling of like. When a little plant starts to grow, and when you were a little in school and they have you grow like a lima bean or whatever and a wet paper towel and you start to see all this stuff happening, but if it were in the ground you wouldn't see anything happening. So it's that feeling of all these things are happening, it just hasn't broken the surface yet. And it feels like by January I'll sort of like it, like literally with it being a new year, everything will just sort of kind of open up for you. Nabrisha Archie, will I get the job on Monday? I actually feel like no, it'll be more like Tuesday. I feel like there's a delay in you getting an answer. Cameron this one. Like connecting, Hawaiian Goddess? You mean you and Cameron connecting? I actually don't feel that as a connection. I feel kind of like dead in the water, like it's sort of going to fizzle out. Malalapel, when you write ET, of course, I think of like ET phone home. I feel like he's really busy. And it's not that he doesn't think of you, but he's just busy doing things. And I feel like he will contact you, but that also feels like not like it's not going to be a real connection. I can be wrong. And I always say that. Does he miss you a lot? Oh, laugh. I forget where you were at. Oh, if Isaac starts, didn't I say in like 2 to 3 cycles? I don't. So what they're telling me is that like you're fertile, right? But the reason why it's like not sort of happening when you want is because it's really about the timing of that soul and needing to come in at a certain specific time. Robo, yeah, I feel like Jay is sincere. I think the awkwardness that you sense from her, it feels more like her own insecurities and not sure of like wanting to put her foot, that saying like you put your foot in your mouth. It's that feeling of like not being certain of what she's, her own communication, her own social interactions. Elizabeth, will Costas and you, will you be in a relationship with Costas? I feel like no. I feel like whatever it is, it'll last a short while. Like it just feels like a couple weeks and then moving on. Welcome, Kimchi, by the way. Stella, I answered yours, right? I think I answered it. I don't remember what I said now. I'm sorry. That's called psychic amnesia. May ask me about me and your boyfriend. Is there a third party or blockages? Any advice for my career? How many questions do you want? You want a whole reading? Just kidding. Okay. Have a good weekend. Let's see. Will I reconcile with G. Okay, I said G's. I'm just trying to remember who else I've set aside. Okay, will I consult? I don't feel like I'm not feeling a strong like yes or no, but I'm leaning towards no. I don't feel it. May I ask about me and my boyfriend? Well, the blockages are sort of your own areas of growth and karmic connections and balance that needs to be made. I do feel like a lot of little arguments. There's no third parties, but I feel like a lot of little arguments and a lot of like emotional maturity that needs to happen on both sides. It doesn't feel like just one-sided. And can you ask the career question next week? Since that's, I just want to kind of finish up, and I feel like I don't want to miss anybody's. Okay. Thank you, Lahar. Okay, Heidi, I'm going to answer yours. If I have to, I'll do yours privately. And you don't have to pay me. Heidi's an old friend. Shh. Okay. TF is twin flame. Okay, so here's my thing about twin flames, because I don't really believe in twin flames. What? I don't. I'm like one of those people that doesn't believe. I think it's all kind of crap. Here's the thing. I know. I kind of go against the grain. We have soul families. We have lots of people who we travel with in different lifetimes. And I'm sure like a million people will go, she said that. Well, that's not true. This is what I believe. These are my own, and like, go with whatever you want. But I don't believe in twin flames. I think it's crap. I just do. Because I don't think there's that one person, and there's tons of people who are here to stretch and make you grow, and they're going to come in all different forms. And there isn't just one person. It's just not there. Sorry. And anyways, if you go with what a twin flame is, you really don't want to meet them anyway. They're just a hassle. Yeah, I don't believe in twin flames. And I don't really believe in soulmate, but I believe in soul families, and that we do travel and have relationships with people in many lifetimes and that kind of stuff. Empress, I think I answered your question. Amy, nice to meet you, Amy. I'll figure out your career thing. Hold on. I feel bad. Okay. Empress Daisy, I think I answered yours with your guides. Bye, Lahar. Have a wonderful week. Subscribe to your channel. Love your readings. Thank you, Amy. Okay, am I not the only one that sees how everything's like bouncing around and things are getting pushed in different directions? Because I feel like, wait a second, I answered that and it's got repeated. Okay. Patricia, I think I went past where I wrote. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm over an hour, guys. Okay. Sandy says it sounds right on point. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. LP, I didn't see your question up there. And I feel like, okay, I'm going to have to, I really have to cut it off. This is ridiculous. I'm way past 30 minutes, and I put up here way back up here somewhere, no new questions. And I'm like, now I'm just realized I'm just answering away. So I have to put a boundary on. If I didn't get to your question this week, please come back next week. Please subscribe. Please stay with me. I'm in it for the long haul, if you will be. 30 minutes free. I mean, free, come on. So, wait, sorry, should have said communicating this month. Oh, it's okay. I don't feel like there's going to be a real connection. Elizabeth, come back next week, please, everybody. I would really appreciate it. You can join me next week. I come on live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday night. Sometimes I flip it for family things or whatever. There's going to be a week where I don't come on Sunday. I may do like a Friday night that week. So you might catch me twice. I don't know, whatever. Just subscribe, like, hit the bell, and you'll find out when I'm going to be on. And I hope everybody has a really wonderful week. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. Literally, when I see one in every one that I get really excited, and I'm grateful for it. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with this channel or how it's going to grow or whatever. I'm just trusting my guides that I'm supposed to be doing this and offering this free. I do private readings. It's $175 for an hour, $100 for a half hour. I do them over Zoom. And that's that. You can check that out on my website, myspiritualfriend.com. I'm on Instagram, though I haven't been really good about posting inspirational thoughts, but that's kind of what I do on there. You can find that at My Spiritual Friend. And I'm on here. So thank you again to everybody. Sending you lots of love. May you have a wonderful week, and may it not be too crazy, but it's going to be crazy this month. That's all I'm saying. Crazy. August and September are going to be bananas for political. Y'all have a good one. Night.